I wanted to use this video to talk about making conical sheet metal forms in Fusion 360. This is not a built-in function, but with a little bit of trickery, we can make this work very nicely. So let's get started. I'm using the new Fusion UI preview user interface. Don't be confused about the icons. If you're not using it, it may look a little different. First thing, I want to define our sketch for our basic conical section. So I just draw a few lines. That will be the outside edge. And we'll say OK to that. Now, what I'm going to do is put a box around this, and I'm going to change these lines to construction. So there is my outside of my profile for my conical section. Let's drop a few dimensions in. It'll be the 80-degree angle. And the radius of it will be 10. And the height is going to be 16. So we have a fully constrained sketch, and I'll go ahead and finish sketch and go into isometric. The next step is to move into the sheet metal interface and turn this into a sheet metal part using the flange tool. Pick on your incline line, and what you want to do here is make a very small amount. I'm going to use a minus because I want the outside of the profile, 0.001. I'm working in inches, that's the thousandths of an inch, and I'm using 16 gauge. Say OK. Zooming up, making the sketch visible and zooming up on that, you'll see that the part I just made is on the outside of the sketch. I'll leave the sketch on because I'm going to use it in just a second. Now, what you want to do is go back to your parameter table, and you would like to label that sheet metal thickness as a variable. I'm going to call it sheet thickness. And I'm going to make it a favorite. All right, so now we're ready to go. Now at this point, we need to make some decisions. If you want to go ahead and just make a conical section and make a flat pattern of it, that's fine. If you want to cut it, we do go a different way. We're going to just make a flat pattern conical, then come back and cut it at an angle just to show you the difference. So next thing you want to do is go into surface, and you want to use that sketch. If it's not visible, make it visible and do a revolve. Pick on the sketch, pick on your rotational axis, pick on the hidden line or the axis, it's up to you. And I want to go around whatever angle you want. You don't want it to overlap, so I'm going to use 359. So I have a gap on one side. It's on the back side over here, as you can see. Okay, so now that is going to be the shape of the conical section. Now it has no thickness at this point. So what I'm going to do is move to thickness, and I'm going to pick on that surface. Now I want it going outside, so it's a negative number. You can see the arrow. And I'm going to pick up the thickness from my variable. Just type S for sheet thickness, and I want to make that negative, of course. And I want to not make it a new body, but join. This will join into the sheet metal component already there, which will turn the conical section into a sheet metal part. Say OK. Now you can turn off the construction if you want to. The body for the construction, well, it's already off. At this point, you're finished, except you maybe turn the sketch off. You have your sheet metal cone. To prove a sheet metal, let's go to the flatten pattern, click on the inside, and say OK. So that's how quick it is to make a conical section using the sheet metal method. Now, if you want to truncate this cone with a cut, you want to go back in the process and add a cutting plane. The reason is if you don't, you will not get square edges in your flat pattern on the sheet metal. So I'll go back to the sheet metal exercise. I'm going to turn on my sketch. No, I'm not going to turn that on yet. I'm going to turn on my origin plane. I would like to turn on this one right there just to show you. And then I want to go an offset plane. I'm going to go up a certain distance. I'm going to go up, I'll go up 10 inches. At that point, I'm going to do a sketch on this, I want to pick on that plane. If I can get up on it, pick on it and write a new sketch and just draw me a line. I'm going to draw it off center. I'm a fan of doing this just so I know it's going to be on center. I use the coincident tool to put it on center. I'm finished with my sketch. I need that line to make me a rotated plane. So plane and angle, I'm going to pick this and I'm going to rotate it around. Oh, I'm going to go 25 degrees and say OK. So that would be my cutting plane after I get going here. Now what I'm going to do next, I'm going to go ahead and drag my end part marker over to the revolve and turn that back on. So you see there is the section we had before, and there's my plane inside. Now all I've got to do is to go into split body, pick on this body, pick on my cutting plane as being that plane I just made inside there. Let me roll it around, take a look, see that plane right there, and I'll go ahead and say OK. As you can see, that is split, and depending on which part you want, I'm going to get rid of the top part. I'm going to right click on this and remove it. Do not delete it because it deletes geometry. Just remove it. Now there's one thing I forgot there. Let me back up just a little bit. I need to also split that sheet metal part. So I need to go back to my split body. I need to actually edit that, and I want to add to the body this piece of sheet metal right there, number 2, and say OK. So that split the sheet metal part 2. You see got another body over here. Now I want to go ahead and remove that, and I want to remove that top body. Again, don't delete because you want to keep the integrity of the sketch. I'm going to turn off the construction plane and the sketch that I did for that. So now I have my sheet metal surface part that's been cut, and now I make it into sheet metal, dragging my end part marker, again going back to sheet metal. I'm going to delete the flat pattern and make it over again. So that's how easy it is to do a cut and get nice square edges using the surfaces. This is very exciting use of sheet metal. It's a little trickery, but it's pretty easy. You can have a lot of different forms. Take a look at another one I did. This is intersections. You can do that too. And again, your flat pattern will be square if you use it all in surfacing. Hope you enjoy it. Good luck.